So let's talk about some different strategies for creating responsive media, responsive type, responsive layouts, and then we'll talk about the meta device width and the zoom settings that can be adjusted through our meta tags. Then we'll talk about various support and fixes using some JavaScript. First, let's talk about fluid images and media. So as your content is scaling up and down, you'll probably be aware that you have images inside of these columns and sometimes tables or forms and video and audio. And although it's not a big deal for text, where text will simply change size or line wrap, you'll notice that the images and the video and the audio and all of these media elements will start to overflow outside of your elements. So one very simple strategy for this is to set all of your images and media to fluid width. So here if I tell all images, tables, forms, form inputs, video, and audio elements to have a width of 100%, and then a max width of 100% so that they do not exceed the outside edge of the element that they're inside of. So in this case, the 100% for the max width would be the width of whatever column or container that they happen to be in. And because we didn't specify height, then the height just simply becomes automatic for us. So it's going to scale the height in proportion to the width. So let's go ahead and take a look at a code example of this. So here I have a very simple example. I just used a place kitten image, and this is inside of a section. So you could imagine that this section was perhaps a column in a responsive layout. And then what we've done here is we have set the section to be a particular width. In this case, it's 100%. And then here we have an image, and we told the image to be 100% wide and have a max width of 100%. So it's always going to take up all of the width inside of that section. Okay, and you'll notice that I can simulate the screen getting larger or smaller by dragging this bar here in the middle for this frame, which is our preview result. And you'll notice that the cat image is just getting larger and smaller with the size of that column. Okay, and the nice thing about this is as I trigger media queries at different breakpoints, I can set the width of this section to change. So it's 100% now, but let's say I set it to 33.3% later on. Now what happens is that the image is still staying 33% within the screen area. So it's taking up 1/3 here, whereas there's another 2/3 available here. And as the screen gets larger and smaller, you'll notice that it's always occupying that 33% of the screen. So again, the way we do that is we use fluid widths for our columns inside of our layout, and we set all of our media, in this case an image, to 100% wide.